Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes on the hillside, little boxes all the same. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out.
What do I do here? Everything sometimes. I run this little art lounge, teach yoga and dance classes here. We travel and tour with our performance art group. So this was a headquarters space so that we had a space to do our training so that we could leave and go and travel and tours. This is a space for all people of all abilities. We have the Eugene Queer Choir does classes here. We've done grief and death rituals, African traditional drum classes. People of all ages. We have a really amazing demographic. It's people who want to dress up, put on fur coats, put on really fancy outfits, and come to a warehouse that is kind of a speakeasy. Our existence is kind of awesome for the community. We have velvet couches and leopards and fancy velvet wallpaper. Like it's kind of awesome to come over and see. We have chandeliers. Like it's. We started this after having little warehouses in Atlanta and other places as a way to kind of lock the doors and mind our own businesses after COVID. We had a hard time finding a studio or a warehouse where we could just come and train and throw the kind of shows to the caliber that we wanted to throw. We've had the absolute most best support and welcoming. People let us borrow chairs. We throw fashion shows in other people's warehouses. It's been nothing but collaborative. Our personal landlord, like that's why I don't really want to say where we are because I don't want everybody to be renting warehouses down here, loves what we're doing. He thinks it's really cool as long as we pay our rent, mind our own business, and the cops don't come, we're fine. It's an opportunity to show people that you can just make art. You can just like take a warehouse and turn it into whatever the hell. You can do whatever you want, really, is the goal. I hope people will do that.
Where they were put in boxes and they came out all the same.
I had been looking for a functional workshop space for a long time. I lost my job during the pandemic that was tied to my workspace, and was doing all of my building out of my tiny apartment at the time, and not having a workshop space felt like there was a piece of my soul that was missing. There was a platform that I needed to be a full person, and finding this place was a huge windfall. There's not a whole lot of industrial places with much character that I've been able to find in Eugene. And this building was built in the 30s, I believe. Has wood beam ceilings, and it's an old, super funky, semi-dilapidated space, but it has so much character, and we love the building itself as much as just the community that we've been that has been growing in here over the last few years. We're sort of independent artists, operators here. We all share the burden of rent and utilities and the maintenance of the space, but we're also pretty much doing our own thing. So in this room, I'm all of the infrastructure and shelves and totes and organization. That's all my kind of input and design, and other people have their own spaces that the same applies for them. But for the main floor, we'll put a lot of collective effort into keeping it tidy and doing organization, building improvements. Whenever we have an event here, we like to add a new feature, a new something that's kind of a new addition to the space, kind of increases the enjoyability, the usability. So yeah, it's both collective and individual in those respects. I've participated in different organizations and have made friends through that. So it's been sort of an informal, an informal community involvement, I suppose, under different banners over the years. But having a space like this does feel really special. It feels like an opportunity to provide performance and potential showing space, gallery space, workshop space. I've been able to utilize a lot of those connections I've made over the years, and everybody that is in here too is also brings a lot of different circles into the community as well. So we've certainly had community prior to this, but it's been a new platform on which we can grow and expand that community, and it feels really fun doing that. I love a good creative warehouse space, so excited to deepen those connections and create more of a network of spaces like this in this area. Feels like a lot of opportunity here, a lot of possibility. It's really fun to dream and to feel those dreams getting some traction.
And there's doctors and lawyers and business execs.
I had a gallery on Broadway between Cowfish and Davis, and I even bought a cafe, and I'm not really a morning person, so that was a challenge. But I had the gallery, the cafe, and this creative space for people to come, and a third place for people to be. And so I got to do my work, be creative, have this center for creativity. And so I took a lot from that and I've incorporated it into this new studio, which I opened in this past year. We're not open to the public. We're open to, creative folks who want to vibe. Not to go into the details, but it's decent rent. And I've been working from home for so long. It's the garage space is fine, but it was limiting on production, and it just wasn't enough. So here, because great deal, good space. Actually, being an artist, you end up working alone a lot. And I really love having coworkers. And so now I've got the donut guy next door. He makes all the donuts for Dairy Mart and all the buy twos. So they're always, for better or worse, giving me free donuts. And I got the pool guys next door. So it's a little community. So we're here hanging out, vibing, and it's good. It's actually not that cheap. But for compared to, a retail space, I know of several that have become open because the market fell out. Yeah, which has been great because this is an opportunity for spontaneity for people who are trying to do something, take a step out and do something new. Right now, all the retail spaces in downtown are just it's unreal. It's hard to sustain a business in that environment. But you have these warehouse spaces which are almost like a blank canvas. Not that much overhead. You come in and you can practice your craft, connect with the other people in this area, and it seems to be popping off lately. And I'm super super excited. There's, I think, a warehouse renaissance happening kind of right now. The weed market fell out, so all of these spaces are coming to be a little bit more affordable for small businesses. And then with Atlanta Arts Council losing some funding recently, it's we all are doing creative, interesting things. So coming together and how can we take the work we're doing, elevate each other, and share our collective energies for the betterment of us and the community and the cool shit that we're making. I wouldn't say the goal, but part of this space And the reason I'm like building it out with nice amenities and like these little stations, kind of like a creative playground, is so that I can have open studio hours. So if someone has a creative project or just wants some body doubling parallel play, like you want something to work on and you want to be in a space with creative people doing something, that this is a space for that. So it's not open to the public, but it's like, it's here as a tool or as a space to express. And I think that, you know, we can all elevate each other by collaborating in that kind of way. And so that's one of like the overarching, like not part of the business, but part of like how I can serve the community by creating that space. And from my experience before, when I had the gallery and I had like open mic nights and art nights and things like that, taking like what I learned there, how to sort of create a space for people to gather, and then taking that knowledge and putting it here to like a little less stress.
And they all look just the same. And they all play on the golf course and drink their martinis.
We are in the middle of organizing a West Eugene warehouse district art walk, that the first iteration of which will be on August 2nd, I believe. But so that's one of our first kind of community events we've been doing. Aside from that, we've mostly just been wanting to keep our space available for members of our community, and we've dabbled with renting it out for other select events as well. There are plans where there's always more plans than there is energy to execute on them, but we really want to do workshops of various kinds and invite more of the community in as we can.
We don't even have the name dialed in. West Warehouse Walk. Alliteration is great, but a bit of a mouthful. West Side Art Walk, I don't know. Essentially, it's an art walk for the warehouse district, because there are artists and galleries and like creative people here doing cool shit. And it's not that it's kind of like the greater community doesn't really know about it. So we have all these creative individuals like working really hard, doing interesting and compelling like work. And so we're just taking that energy, bringing it together, and then presenting it to the community in a zero cost, you know, here's what we're doing. Come check it out. And at a time when like the Lane Arts Council funding was just cut, they lost like rescinded the $30,000 grant. So I think this is a perfect time for this community to come together and like step up, and because we're just going to be self-funded, so step up and not necessarily fill a gap, but like put our energies into an art walk and into a free event for the community.
The art walk downtown like that sucks, but it's never been included It's never included West Side of Eugene. You know what I mean? Like I work with the King's Asian Market. I work with the brewery, like in Ghost Town Outfitters. And the fact that they never knew each other, like kind of just drove me nuts. Like they didn't actually go into each other's businesses. And I was like, you guys, we have to know who each other are and that we're on the same team. You know what I mean? So when I did the fashion show, King's Asian Market was there. Like it was like a little bit of a who's who of who the people were in the warehouses. They were like, oh, you mean the King's Asian Market's cool? They're hella cool. They love you guys. People didn't realize that they could just like leave their warehouse and go find another. And I think that to be able to see that there are so many like-minded people in this west side of Eugene that maybe all don't have business licenses or maybe aren't legal, they're still getting by, they're still networking, and it's a huge community. When I came to these warehouses, we realized that all the different people that we knew and did stuff with didn't know each other, and that's why we had done a fashion show. It was kind of an idea to have a community block party, but it was still so much networking. And so I'm so excited that people are networking and meeting and trying to pull this off, because there is just so many gems 2 doors down. That's all. It's like, I mean, it's amazing. This is going to be an excellent way to celebrate Eugene and young artists.
Well, whatever we can do, everything that we add, it's like love, and it's like the more you give, the more you have. There is a little bit of that kind of energy. The more creative energy we put into the community and into ourselves, like the more it
Summer camp.
propagates.
And then to the university where they are put in boxes and they come out all the same. And the boys go into business and marry and raise a family in boxes made of ticky-tacky, and they all look just the same. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky, and they all look just